Hi, my name's Brad Pfeffer. I'm SRA's Manager for Communications. Today we're going to talk to SRA researcher Davey Olsen about yellow canopy syndrome and a series of grower meetings in the Herbert region held by SRA and HCPSL.
We've got quite a spread of trials that are being established or have been established just recently for the coming year. Trials that look at the role of insects in YCS, and so we're particularly interested in very small microarthropods, insects that we haven't noticed before or haven't looked at before, things that are in the soil, things that are in the plant itself that you actually need a hand lens to see, things like mites, for example, and very small soil aphids. So we're interested in looking at those because they could be potential vectors of disease. So we have trials looking at insects. We also have some quite specific, very focused trials looking at seed source and pathology, looking at the role of soil in YCS as well. We have trials that are looking at clonal variation, so we're looking at the differences between different varieties, why some varieties seem to get more yellow than other varieties. Now, we're yet to find a variety that does not contract YCS, and it's certainly right through all of the FAT trials and all of our research trials and through the industry, we see YCS in every variety, but some varieties seem to get more yellow than others, so we're interested in knowing why that is. There are other trials we have where we're looking to manipulate the symptoms and looking at the role of stress in YCS, and we very much feel like stress is a trigger. It's interacting with some unknown cause at this stage. So we have trials that are looking at plant growth hormones, different elements of stress as well.
So what are we looking at here, Davey?
We're here at Stone River, just near the HCPSL seed plots, and we're looking at a couple of the research trials that have just been established in the last couple of weeks. So there's not a whole lot to look at the moment, but this end of the block here is our insect stress trial, where we're doing all our insecticidal work. And then this trial that's just in here is our soil biology trial, where we're looking at different aspects of soil and the role in YCS. So just getting some treatments on these at the moment. It's all been planted and they're up and going, ready for the season. We've really responded to growers in the Herbert here who've suggested to us that they're seeing some responses using Confidor. So we've put some trials together over the last couple of years that have used different rates, and in this case it was Confidor, imidacloprid products, just to see, is it having any benefit or any effect on YCS. And so we've had 4 field trials running now for a couple of years. And the results have just come in on those trials, and pretty much we see the same thing as the growers are telling us, and that is that imidacloprid is giving a stay green response, so it's actually delaying the onset of YCS. This is not a permanent response though. Eventually the crop gets YCS through it whether you've got imidacloprid on or not. It just seems to be holding it off for a little period and keeping it greener. So visually it looks like quite a response. When you walk through those crops and you measure the stalk heights, you look at the amount of stalks and tillers that are in there, and you look at the stalk diameters, there's not a lot of difference between the imidacloprid treated plots and the ones that are untreated. And certainly when we get to the end of the season and we do our biomass assessments and look at yield and look at sugar, there has not been any response, any benefit to applying imidacloprid as a treatment to YCS. There has been no benefit in yield or no benefit in sugar as well. So we certainly wouldn't recommend applying imidacloprid products as a treatment for YCS. Yeah, it does make the crop look a bit greener. It's only a temporary response though, and eventually your YCS will get right through there.